Hey, how you going, bro? If you want to do coaching, me and you one-on-one, or you want to join a group of young men trying to be better, go to the link in the description. I'm going to teach you how to truly build your mindset. This is a video I've been really excited to film, bro, because for a very long time, my mindset was fucked. I used to be so insecure. I used to be that young guy that couldn't keep my head up, so anxious, so worried, so scared, so fearful. And the truth is, I never knew that in this world, you can either be one of two things. You can either be your own worst enemy, or you can be your biggest asset. Truth is, so many of us have turned upon ourselves to become our own worst enemies, and that's partly due to because our mindsets are all fucked. So many of us are walking around with timid, meek, scared mindsets, and the truth is, you want anything in your life, your mindset has to follow suit to what it is that you want. And I'm going to open this up to you in a way that changes your life. And this is how I've been able to understand our mindset as men. So, look, there's two things that I want you to understand right now. You can either build yourself up to have a growth mindset, which you do need. But so many of us, we are stuck in a fixed mindset. And it's scary. Because let's say a growth mindset, right? pretend that's a brain. Your growth mindset... Get rid of that. Your growth mindset is someone that can learn from lessons. That you look at mistakes as wins. When you have a growth mindset, you're able to look at anything in your life and be like, okay, this is what it is. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to extrapolate from that. I'm going to use this as fuel. But so many of us, we have a fixed mindset. And what this means, right? Pretend that's a brain. Our fixed mindset is almost like, I can't do this. It's fixed, right? There's no way. And there's so many other things that I could put into that. But they're kind of the two key takeaways. There's no way. I can't do that. And the truth is, you can never ever move forward in your life with a fixed mindset. I do believe a fixed mindset can be skewed to your advantage when these things, it's going to sound a little funny, almost skew towards toxic, or they skew towards narcissistic or very egotistical. But if you have a fixed mindset that kind of closes the door for you to grow, to build, to learn, to get, then you're almost always going to be doomed to fail, to not be the man that you want to be, because you've just limited yourself to what you can do in your life. So this is really important. You need to develop a growth mindset to where if it doesn't work out, I will try again. That if it fails, I will learn. I will always be at a benefit. Everything is a win-win. So a growth mindset is exactly what you need. But with this, right, I want you to look at where you are at today, because this is a very critical thing that we need to do. There's you today, and we need to identify some of the things that are limiting you at this very moment. A lot of you boys are probably worried about other people's opinions. You're probably worried you're not good enough for girls. You're probably worried about your own capabilities. You're probably scared, timid, meek like I was. And that's fine. But you need to evaluate where it is right now that you are lacking. Because we need to identify this. So many of us, what we do is we run away. We run away from, these scary thoughts or these feelings of inadequacy or not feeling good. I did that, bro. I was the king of running away. You could never catch me. You could never catch me with my feelings about myself that were negative. I was gone. I was out the door. But that's not the way that we have to go about changing our lives. It doesn't work that way. You need to change yourself by taking what it is that you know that needs improvement and looking that motherfucker straight in the eye. Okay, that's my weakness. That's where I'm going to improve the most. Because when you can identify, okay, this today, what will help you to build this mindset, and this is huge, is to know where you are today, but then also know now what you want to have in the future. And this is going to come with a lot of criticism, the mindset that I'm going to tell you to have. But I'm telling you this because I believe it's the mindset that we need as men to take and get and have what we want in our lives. Because no one's coming to give it to us, bro. We always remember that. But the truth is, I'm going to put it this way. It's to not give a fuck. And that's the mindset that I believe that so many of us men need. We need this mindset to be truly bestowed upon us from ourselves, because this mindset as a whole, look, when you just don't give a fuck about anyone else, you care about your family, you care about yourself, you care about maybe the closest people around you, but then everything else just doesn't matter. This will take you so far ahead in life than walking around as a nice guy or someone that puts others before himself or someone that doesn't confront his feelings. You need to have this mindset, because once this is able to be truly embodied, everything that you want in life will be a byproduct of this mindset you're able to cultivate. Because what really matters outside of generally winning? Not much. Yeah, your health and your family, but other than that, nothing else really matters. And when you take a look at anyone worthy of looking at, right? Let's say people at the top spot, right? The number ones of this world. And whether that's in business, whether that's online, whether that's just genuine people, athletes, whatever, bro. You look at anyone worth actually looking at. Those people, to some degree, have the same mindset, which is they don't give a fuck. Actually, it's probably a lot more ruthless. It's probably to a point where they're undeclared psychopaths, or they're undeclared narcissists, or egotistical maniacs, these people. But I'm telling you that you will never be at a disadvantage by having this attitude of I don't give a fuck, and running through your life, right, believing that you are the man, that you can walk past people and they could judge you, or you have those feelings that they're judging, or you're insecure, you're scared, but you say, fuck this, I am the man that I am. I am better than that person. I will have what it is that I want. I don't care about anything or anyone. I'm going to get what's mine. And when you walk around with this savage, ruthless mindset, it gives you the upper hand. Because in life, you will only go as far as where your mindset allows you to go. So many of us, we have that fixed mindset where we're just limited and we're stuck. So we have to break out of that by having that growth mindset, as I spoke about. But I believe a lot of growth can come when you just don't care and you go after what it is that you want. But, okay, it's not as simple as that. You kind of say, I have a not give a fuck attitude and I'm going to run through my life and get what I want. It doesn't work like that. I wish it was a flip of the switch type of decision, which it is, but there are some things that you have to do. So once you've defined what it is that you're lacking, get it, grab it by the throat and say, I'm running straight towards you. I'm going to build myself up in that area. But then the most important thing to do, right, is to step into your mindset. Step into it. And this is extremely important, because once you know, okay, I want to have this savage, ruthless, go-getter, unapologetic, not give a fuck attitude, mindset, you then need to step into that, because it's not just enough to think that you've got this mindset. You now need to step into it. You need to embody it. And how do you think that we do that? It's really simple, but it does take some balls. And it's action. And it's also routine. And it's also exposure. And this is a very important thing. Because when you look at what stops us dead in our tracks, it could be a person's thought about us. It could be some fear attached to it. It could be our own limiting beliefs. Whatever is stopping you, you have to look at what it is, as I mentioned, but then take action to actually destroy that. And how you destroy it is you step into this new ruthless mindset that you want to have. And even if you have to kind of fake it, right? You go into this situation that you're scared of. You're scared to talk to this girl. You're scared to put yourself out there on the internet. You're scared to do anything, public speak, whatever it is, bro. You have to kind of walk into it as you have that mindset of, well, I've got this mindset. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting what's mine. But you step into it. Kind of like you fake it till you make it. And you step into it and say, okay, this is what it is. I'm going to now take action. And this is a huge thing. Because once you start taking action and you take action a repeated amount of times, not only does that fear dissipate and dissolve, that action becomes more of a habit. And when that habit becomes something that is just, it's innate to you now, like this is you, That then, right, makes it become a routine. Like, it's a routine for me, and I say this to you, to go speak to the pretty girls. It's a routine for me to look at something that scares me and run straight to it. It's a part of my identity because I've taken so much action in the past to get to this point. And your routine is more or less founded on exposure. So get this. Routine will always be set a time to wake up, set a time to go to bed, and everything throughout your day, you just bang, 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 you just bang it out. But you need that constant exposure for your routine as well. So I look at my routine as like, okay, at this time, I'm going to be doing this. But at this time, I'm going to expose myself to something new, something more scary. So if it's speaking to an even more attractive girl, if it's running towards something that scares me even more, my routine always has this constant exposing element to it that I keep running straight towards shit that scares me because I have to, because I know now that that will become my base mindset. Run towards the fear. I conquered the fear. I am stronger because of that. And you do it all again. And that's a huge thing. But what will also add to this, it's goals. And let me kind of break this open a bit more. It's really knowing what it is that you want. And I say this because this is where we're lacking. A lot of us are lacking in purpose, lacking in willpower, motivation, but most of us are lacking in what we want, truly want. And I can tell you that I cultivated my mindset to be a mindset that I know would advance and elevate me up to have what it is that I want in my life. So when I told myself that I wanted to build my body, that I wanted to learn how to fight, that I wanted to be the most inspirational, motivated, young, disciplined man that doesn't give a fuck, I knew that. And I set my goals to align to that. So I started fighting. So I started talking to all the pretty girls. So I started reading and consuming all these books and podcasts and speaking to all these people that were so much more advanced than I was, surrounding myself with just killers, right? I put myself into that because I knew what I want. I wanted to embody that. Now, when you look at my story, growing up was very difficult and I had a tough upbringing and I was doing drugs and I was a bad person, and that kind of added to that. But you've got the same stories under your belt, bro. Doesn't have to be as crazy as mine, could be worse, could be a lot less. But there is stuff in your past that you will see adds into your mindset. So really get this, bro. When you know what it is that you want, you know that you want to have that I don't give a fuck mentality. You got to take action. You got to make it into your routine through action. You got to constantly expose yourself. Then your goals need to be so precise and clear of what it is that you want, and then you go after it. Because that's how your mindset will start to shift. And over a couple of month period, and then you compound those months into years, you will just be the strongest, most capable version of yourself with an ironclad mindset and to the mindset that you want. Because you can add a lot of things to your mindset. My mindset was always be a fucking kind of like a go-getter, unapologetic, do whatever I want to do. That was the mindset that I seeked. But inside of my mindset is also a lot of generosity. There's a lot of gratitude. There's a lot of openness. That's me. And you can pinpoint whatever it is that you want to add into your mindset. And then to shift your actions, shift what it is that you want and what you're doing to make that mindset be here with you today. And it has to come through what it is that you do, what it is that you consume. And that's how you get the mindset. And once you have a mindset, bro, and you're truly an embodiment of it, you'll realize that everything in your life you can now do with this mindset. It takes time. It takes a lot of walls that you have to get over. But once it happens, you're unstoppable. You're fucking unstoppable, bro. So this is how you do it. This is how you cultivate a mindset that gets what it is that you want. Love you, bro. Let's go.